This is the easiest mob XP farm for Minecraft Bedrock, and as always, there'll be a world download in the description. Alright, the first thing you want to do is find a place to build the farm, and once you've done that, we're going to pillar up with 44 blocks of scaffolding. After building up 44 blocks with scaffolding, we're going to grab our building blocks now, and we're just going to create a 4x8 platform off of the scaffolding. So 1 and 2. On this side, we're going to do 1, and then we're going to come over by 7. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7. Go ahead and connect this up and create a giant platform. Grab your chest now, and we're going to place down a double chest right here, leaving a 1 block gap from the scaffolding. We're then going to grab our blocks and create a ring of blocks going around this 4x4, connecting back up to the chest. We're going to grab our hoppers now and place down 4 hoppers running into one another so that all of the items go into this chest. And if you need more storage, I highly recommend adding more chests because this thing is going to fill up quite quickly. Next, you want to grab your pistons and place a piston on top of that double chest. And from here, we're going to place down the pistons in an alternating pattern. So 1, 2, and 3 so that none of the pistons are looking at one another. We're then going to grab our redstone torches and place down redstone torches on the sides of each of these pistons in the corners of the trident killer. We're going to grab our observers now and place down 4 observers looking at those redstone torches, just like this, so that way it creates a piston clock. So if we go ahead and throw down a lever on this piston and we turn it on, you're going to see that the farm is now off, but if we go ahead and turn this off, then the trident killer is going to activate like that. Also, if you're lazy like me and you say, I just want this farm for the drop, so I'm not going to build the trident killer because I don't need the XP. You should still build the trident killer because then you can have looting 3 on your sword, so then you get even more drops. Next, we're going to place down a block on top of this redstone torch and go around your trident killer to cover it in blocks. On top of this piston here next to the chest, we're going to place down an upside down slab. That way we're going to AFK on top of the chest to collect all of the XP. After doing this though, we're going to build up by 18 more blocks on every single block, including the slab, so we have a giant chamber that is a 20 block drop. And after building the chamber, this is what it should look like. It's just a really tall chamber. From here now, we're going to build out 8 blocks in every direction, so when it's done, you should have a 20 by 20 platform with this 2x2 in the center. And after building the platform, this is what it should look like. We're then going to go on the outside of the farm and create a giant rim so that we can create the water streams and the walls that are going to keep this place dark. So we're going to create a row of blocks like this, and then we're going to build a second layer with stairs pointing inwards, so that way we can create water streams. So grab your stairs now, and just build all the way around like this. We're going to do this for the entire farm, and then on top of that, we are also going to add another row of blocks on the outside surrounding the stairs so that they don't let light in, because stairs let light through, and that is obviously no good when we're trying to keep it dark. And after building all of those layers, it should look like this. It looks pretty cool in my opinion, kind of like arena-like. So what we're going to do now is we're going to create an infinite water source in the middle of your farm here. That way you don't craft a billion buckets to bring water up and you're not just flying down to that ocean. So what you're going to do is you're going to collect your water, place it in the stair, collect your water, waterlog your stair, water, stair, water, stair, for the entire farm. Alright, at this point in the tutorial, I'm going to show you how to build a single layer, so if you want to add more, then follow this portion of the video and build the layers on top of one another. I recommend building 4 layers because you'll have the best rates, and it's also how many layers are in the materials list. And if I were you, at a minimum, I would probably build at least 2 layers. Alright, so the first thing you need to do per layer is we're going to go to the stair layer here, and we're going to build up 3 blocks and create a rim all the way around the farm. Alright, inside of the farm now, we're going to count over 2 blocks in one of the corners, place down a temporary block, and then a block right here. Go ahead and break your temporary block now, and we're going to create a giant square that goes all the way around the farm, maintaining that 1 block gap so that mobs can fall off the edge. So we're going to connect this up to the other side here, and after doing that, we're going to space some things out. So in one of the corners, we're going to count over a block, place down a block, leave a gap, place a block, leave a gap, place a block. So once you have 3 of these blocks in place, we're going to mine out 2 blocks right here and just continue with this pattern, going all the way around the farm. And once you're done, it should look like this. It's actually kind of a cool pattern, kind of looks like a picture frame or something. But we're going to go ahead and connect these up now and create a bunch of grids. So we're just going to fill in the rest of the pattern going across just like this. We're going to do that for every single one of these. And once you have your 4 grids, we're going to come to the side of them, and we're going to place down trapdoors all across the edge of your platforms, just like this. Don't worry about opening them up right now. It's a lot easier to place them all and then open them up later. So we're going to go around every single one of these platforms and do this exact same thing. And we're also going to fill in the middle of these holes with trapdoors as well. All right, we're getting really close. The last thing you need to do for this layer is place down buttons. So we're going to place down buttons on every corner block that's diagonal from one of these trapdoors. So as you can see, it's diagonal, it's diagonal. So what this is doing is it's making it that spiders don't spawn on these platforms, and we're only going to have skeletons, creepers, and zombies spawning. Alright, and just like that, you have completed the first layer of your farm, but unfortunately, much like a Lego set, when you get to the end, you gotta build the same thing over again. So we're gonna build this 1 to 3 more times so that we have in between 2 and 4 layers. Alright, and after building all 4 layers, this is what it should look like. You should have 2 block gaps in between your ceilings. And yeah, I actually really like the way that this design looks. You got 16 of these micro platforms. I think it's really cool. The last thing that we need to do is cover this entire ceiling in blocks, so basically building another 20 by 20 platform, except this time it's to make it dark and it's the roof. Alright, the actual last thing that we have to do building-wise is place down torches all over the top of the farm, all across this rim and underneath of our farm. So you can torch spam, make it look pretty, it's completely up to you. Alright, usually I'm a torch spammer, but because this world is going to be available to you guys, I made it look a little bit nicer than I usually would. I'm going to come down here now. As you can see, I lit it up here as well. This is probably the most important part to have lit up because this is going to be where you AFK. So as you can see, we have some mobs in here already. We're going to go ahead and kill them off. Go ahead and throw a trident at that piston. If you can get in there, you might have to break the slab temporarily. Throw your trident at the piston, place down your cobblestone, and then turn on your trident killer. Hold your looting 3 sword, and now all we have to do is wait. Now, since I flew away from the farm, there's currently nothing in it, so we're going to have to sit here for a minute. But once they start coming, they come quite quick. Alright, as you can see, we are starting to have some enemies drop down into the kill chamber. We've had quite a few creepers. This is about 2 minutes of AFKing, so it produces a lot of drops and also a decent amount of XP. This farm is way more efficient than my last design for a bunch of reasons, but mainly because we are now 44 blocks up in the air, and we also replaced those old fence posts with the original buttons. So originally, Minecraft made the change where buttons no longer worked, so we switched to fence posts, but fence posts are so much worse than buttons because enemies will get stuck on them. But now that we're back to buttons, everything is working as it should. Alright, that is going to do it for today's video. I hope you guys enjoyed this one. If you did, then be sure to subscribe and leave a like. Remember, there is a world download on my Discord, so go ahead and join that so you can download the world, so you can look at the build and whatnot, check out the rates, all that fun stuff. And as well, if you haven't already, go ahead and check out my second channel. It'll be on screen and in the description. But again, my name is OneUpMC, and I'll catch you guys in the next one.